Hi guys, welcome to this video. I'm Prashant, I'm the founder of Wordpandit, and I'm bringing this video to you wherein I analyze a CAT 2017 RC passage. This is a passage and answers video. In these videos we do something very simple. We pick up an RC passage, analyze it and try to derive as much information as we can from this passage, which is going to be helpful to us while solving RC questions. So let's get started. The passage starts off with, despite their fierce reputation, Vikings may not always have been the plunderers and pillagers popular culture imagine them to be. Now the thing here is, this passage is about Vikings and what they've been regarded as. Traditionally they've been regarded as plunderers, pillagers. Plunderers and pillagers are people who come after the spoils. They basically ransack and take things illegally, generally after a war. After they've captured something, they take over all the goods from that place. Now in this particular case, Vikings have been imagined to be plunderers and pillagers. That's how popular culture sees them as. In fact, they got their start trading in northern European markets. Researchers suggest, so what are researchers suggesting? That they were actually traders. Combs carved from animal antlers as well as comb manufacturing waste and raw antler material has turned up at 3 archaeological sites in Denmark, including a medieval marketplace in the city of Ribe. A team of researchers from Denmark and the UK hope to identify the species of animal to which the antlers once belonged by analyzing the collagen proteins in the samples and comparing them across the animal kingdom, Laura Geggel reports for LiveScience. Now in this particular case, the essential thing you take out is combs carved out of animal antlers were found at archaeological sites. Researchers went ahead and they tried to identify the species that they belong to. What did they find? So surprisingly, molecular analysis of the artifacts revealed that some combs and other material had been carved from reindeer antlers. So they'd been carved from what? Reindeer antlers. And now the thing is that reindeer don't live in Denmark. The researchers posit that it arrived from Viking ships from Norway. Since reindeer does not live in Denmark, researchers are positing, they are suggesting that it was Viking ships from Norway that brought these in, and this also implies that Vikings belong to Norway, right? So we can infer this from this context. Antler craftsmanship in the form of decorative combs was part of Viking culture. Such combs served as a symbol of good health. The fact that the animals shed their antlers also made them easy to collect from the large herd that inhabited Norway. So the antlers, the reindeer antlers, were present in Norway. Vikings were present in Norway. Antler craftsmanship was a part of Viking culture. So all these things point to the fact that Vikings were probably trading in these. Since the artifacts were found in the marketplace areas at each side, it's more likely that the Norsemen came to trade rather than pillage. Norsemen is another word for Vikings. Most of the artifacts also date to the 1780s. Now this is an important time reference, but some are as old as 725. That predates, so this is before. When you say something predates something, that means in terms of time, in terms of the time reference, this is happening before something else. That predates the beginnings of Viking raids on Great Britain by about 70 years. So this time period which is being referred to here, 725 to 780, this time period predates the Viking raids on Great Britain by 70 years, right? So basically this fact implies, these dates imply something very, very important here. There is a time gap of around 70 years. Remember, 793 and 725, that's roughly 70 years, right? Now here the author is saying that predates the beginning of Viking raids on Great Britain by about 70 years. The artifacts were found to be found around 725, around that time period, and the raids began in 1793. That's a time difference of 70 years. So this implies that since the raids started around closer to 800 and the artifacts belong 70 years before that, that means there was trading which was taking place, and that is what the author wishes to imply here. Archaeologists have suspected that the Vikings had experience with long maritime voyages that might have preceded their raiding days. So they also had experience, they had maritime voyages, they had the experience of sailing. Beyond Norway, these combs would have been popular industry in Scandinavia as well. It's possible that the antler combs represent a larger trade network where the Norsemen supplied raw material to craftsmen in Denmark and elsewhere. So these are all possible implications, right? Remember, these are not facts, but these research has been done, and what does the research imply? That is being talked about in the given case. A simple passage to read. If you read it carefully enough, you should be able to understand it and identify the key pointers in this particular passage. Hopefully so you are clear with the passage now. Thank you very much for watching this video, and as always, happy learning.